Hello, this video is going to be a information piece for wheelchair users and those interested in teaching individuals for self-defense from the wheelchair. So, the information piece for this video is going to be about armrests of the wheelchair as weapons. Alright? Now, you have a solid piece of aluminum in a lot of cases. This is a very common type of setup. It's just a solid one piece, it's a solid piece of bent aluminum with kind of a gripping surface to rest your arms on, and it's got some kind of stopper on the end to lock into place in the chair. Now, how I've got mine set up, let me turn around here. I've got mine set really kind of high so that there's not much friction for it to come out. Very low, so there's all these stopping points for the armrest to sit lower. I've got it all the way on the bottom. You don't have to do that. If you could take a file and reduce some of this and make it easier to come out, it makes it a little wobbly, but it makes it very easy to come out. So that's some stuff that you can mess with. Another thing I've done, and this isn't to make it a weapon, this is just to have the extra gear on me, but what I did is I took this stopper off, and I've got extra CR123A batteries wrapped in plastic wrap, electrical tape, and medical tape, and I've got them inserted here. It's a perfect size for that. So I've got the extra batteries inside the armrest. And that adds some weight to the strike, but again, it's not its intention. Its intention is to have extra batteries. But that's how I've got set it up. That's how I've got it set up. So the draw for this, you can think of it as drawing any other weapon. How I've got it set up, I've got it very easily, so all I have to do is run my hand along the edge of the armrest. I come to the crook, I just pull straight up. And all I have to do, in being congruent with how we do things with the covert draw and trying not to telegraph from our shoulders up, it's in the same league as this. All I have to do is lift with my fingers and it's free. It's not a big motion at all. And that's going to become important when we talk about tactics here at the end of the video. So, all I have to do is run to the crook, pull it up, and I've got a nice striking surface. I've actually got two striking surfaces right here. Now, it's important that you be able to strike on the draw. So, practice in a manner where your draw isn't giving off a lot of movement. As the weapon comes clear, as the armrest comes clear, it's going to be a weapon once you start using it. You can use that draw motion as a strike. So why don't we get back down to tactics? So you say a simple attack, straight stab. Okay, he comes in with a knife. Straight off the draw, I can give a strike here. I can give a strike to the weapon hand, disabling it, maybe dropping the knife, breaking the hand. I can do something else. He comes in with a knife. I can start affecting his mobility by striking at his knees. So, the idea here is you're attacking right out of the draw if you need to. It's very, very fast. It just comes right out. So, while I've got it out, let's talk about where on the human body I'm going to strike with this thing. Now, we're not talking about striking with the human fist. With the human fist, or any other part of your body, you want to be selective where you strike with various parts of your body. You want to strike the softer parts with harder parts of your body and vice versa. This, however, is harder than anything on the human body, so we can start breaking things significantly. So we start breaking significant parts of the human body. We can specifically target the knees or anywhere below the knees. A good strike to the calf or to the Achilles tendon is going to start affecting his mobility. It's going to start reducing the advantage he has over me when it comes to mobility. I can also attack at the pelvis. You're not going to get a lot of direct damage there unless you get a really solid swing. So you don't, a target of opportunity, you obviously have the groin. Getting hit in the groin is a significant blow, but it's not going to affect their mobility. You're not going to have a mechanical effect that you would going after bone structure. You can attack the ribs. Okay, breaking a rib it's not going to be really hard with a solid piece of aluminum. So targeting the ribs is going to affect his core, his ability to move. And anything up in here near the shoulder. I can obviously attack the hands and the elbow, and that's going to affect any weapon grasping capacity. But this is going to affect his entire arm. So even though I might have hit him hard enough to drop the weapon, but his arm is still a weapon. He can still grab me, pull me from the chair, and the fight is still on. If I can attack up here in the collarbone and the shoulder joint, even a really deep bruising of the trap with one of these hammer strikes is very effective. Anywhere above the neck, you're going to start affecting the central processing system. You start affecting the computer. So you start rattling that cage, you're going to start shutting down their processing capacity. So also obviously a very valid target. Attacking the spine is obviously a target of opportunity. You're going to have to make that judgment call. I think it's kind of malicious, but if you're in a fight for your life, then there's no such thing as malicious. There's only survival. It's important to start off with understanding where you're targeting. You don't want to just start swinging for the fences. Okay, such wild movement is going to give away what you're trying to do. You're not going to get a whole lot of shots with this. You're talking about someone who can easily move around you. You're talking about 1 or 2 shots, and they have to be in a very well-calculated place. By well-calculated, I mean you've got to make that calculation before this violent encounter happens. So, let's talk about how to hold this thing for an effective attack. Now again, this is a common type of armrest. I've seen these in Tylites, Quickies, and other kind of off-brands of wheelchairs. These are pretty common. Hospital chairs, you have more of a straight bar, and then you have two perpendicular locking bars that go straight down into the chair. This is what I started out with, and this is what that's the sort of thing that I started using for self-defense, several years ago. And I found that you can pull the tab that locks it into place fairly quickly. You can pull the tab and lift straight up, and now you've got a padded grip and 2 prongs sticking out with which you can strike. It still works if you want to see it that way. You've got to play with your type of chair. But these are very common, so I'm addressing these because this is what I have right now. So, the 3 basic grips, you can grip it down on the end so you have something more of a hammer, and this is good for nice, powerful strikes. You're talking about something of a hammer-type blow, something kind of similar to how you would use a tomahawk. On the grounds of a tomahawk, you'd also use this type of grip for something of a hooking motion to the leg, to the neck, to the arm. So you're utilizing the crook for a hook. You can also come back here near the middle and kind of think more of a pistol grip, using this bend as kind of more of a pistol-like grip. You can jab with this, and you still have plenty of leverage to swing the tip of this and get a good solid strike. So it's very fast because you're near the center of it, so you're very balanced on the center of the tool. So you can move it very fluidly. It gives you a nice quick action, nice quick striking action. It also allows for quick transitions, so moving from hand to hand. Again, ambidexterity is important. The other main grip is kind of a two-handed grip, and this is also good for trapping. This is very good for kind of more of a defensive posture. Multiple people, you can still strike with the centerpiece. Think of a two-handed strike with the apex of the crook of the armrest. You can hook things. You can deflect things in a straight line. So as an attack coming in a straight line, I can get behind this and cam my opponent, like we talked about in one of the previous videos about not getting off the X. So that's another useful thing that you can do with this. Also, since it's in this kind of grip, I can instantly I let go with one hand. I'm in my power grip, right? So you can call this your power grip, you can call this your speed grip, and you can call this your kind of a defensive grip or a transition grip. But obviously, I'll have to drop as one hand. I'm in a power grip either way. So very, very adaptable little thing, very adaptable little weapon if you want to see it that way. Now let me show you what we mean, some suggestions, how you can begin to see this thing as more of a trapping tool. Trapping is a little bit more of a complex skill, but this goes right in line with our not getting off the X, bringing your opponent to you and keeping him there. I'll ask Will to come back over here and kind of give you some examples of what that might look like. So, just for this big motions, big slow motions, just to illustrate the possibilities. Don't take these as literal self-defense maneuvers. I'm just demonstrating what's possible with the tool so you can see. So, something of a straight stab, right? I can come around and hook, and now I've got him. You can translate that into into a blood choke. I can pull his head over into something more of a blood choke. I can start leveraging on the arm. All right, so another attack comes in, same kind of attack. That's my two-handed defensive grip, right? In addition to attacking the head, trapping the head, I can trap something like this leg. So he comes in for him, I can strike to the head, come around, sweep the leg, and I can go back to my hammer grip. So just to illustrate some of the things that are possible. Now, there's some important things you need to keep in mind. Remember, the people coming after you have the advantage in mobility. If someone's coming after me, I pull out something like this and kind of assume a defensive posture, okay, I might appear the crazy wheelchair guy and, said individual might not want to be messing with me anymore. That's a possibility. However, another very real possibility is I've just played my trump card, and now he knows that he can run his full circle around me where it's harder for me to get to it, right? I'm giving away the secret of my advantage when a big part of that secret is surprise. So something to bear in mind, tactics-wise, is that you don't want to play your trump card until they can feel it, not when they can see it. So the opponent comes in, this is a defensive posture. It doesn't look like a defensive posture, but your hand's already, this is the equivalent of me sitting here and having a conversation with you on my handgun, right? Right here. And I'm very quick, this thing comes out very quick, and I can come straight up into a strike if I need to. It's very, very fast if you train to be fast. So don't be quick to, don't posture. Don't come out and posture. Save it to where they can feel it, not to where they can see it. Another thing is multiple attackers. Bear in mind that you may take out that first guy, the other guy's coming behind you. So we're going to do some videos on multiple attackers. Just bear in mind that this is going to play a key. Things like this is going to play a key role in that. If you can begin affecting mobility of one attacker after the other, multiple attackers becomes a whole lot less scary. You can't move around to line up attackers like you would in a normal self-defense situation for able-bodied individuals. So you have to think about bringing them down to your level. It's an entirely different mindset. Again, I've mentioned before in other videos, being able to get in and out of your chair quickly is important. Being able to drop down on the floor with an armrest could be a potential advantage if you have the capacity to do that. Just some things to bear in mind. So, there's some basics with the armrest. If you guys want to see some future videos and kind of some actual scenario training with the armrest, how to put it to good use, send me an email, send me a video, throw me a this will come out anyway. When we start doing scenarios with, say, the vehicle, actually doing simulated robberies and stuff, you'll see me use the armrest because I like going to it I like it as a go-to sort of tool. So you will see it. But if you want to see something specific, if you have a specific question, or if you're like, hey, that's really cool, let's see some more practical application of armrest as a weapon, send me an email, put a comment on the YouTube video, and let me know, and we'll set